Hey everybody, this is John from Handcrafted Auto, Marine, and Off-Road here to show you this 2019 Ford F250 that we are just finishing up. A couple things that I want to point out about this vehicle. This is a full sound system upgrade that we did in here. And it all starts from the very front of the vehicle and obtaining the signal in the best possible way that we can. And to do that, we use a device from Pack Audio, which actually gives us an optical output from the factory B&O sound system. So basically that means best possible sound quality we can get in this vehicle with full range volume on the radio. And then that goes back into a Hertz H8 audio processor, which then feeds to two separate Hertz ML Power 4-channel amplifiers and one Hertz ML Power mono amplifier that is running the two Alpine Type R shallow 10-inch subwoofers in this custom built MTI acoustics enclosure, which was built to match the vehicle not only in vinyl, but in stitch pattern and also in the logo. So the logo was made specific for this customer to advertise his business, and we can control the light off and on with a switch that's mounted right here, which is really nice. And then as you can see, when we flip the seats down, everything fits nice and perfect, just like it was made for the vehicle, because it was. So if you want to go up front with me, Desiree, I'll show you the rest of the sound system, and I'll show you the processor, which is the real star of the show here.
Sounds good. You have to like get a
gotta get a running jump to get up in here.
Right.
So the rest of the system is comprised of Hertz Mille Pro speakers. We've got the 7-inch driver in the doors, and we've got the 1 1/8 inch tweeter in the A-pillars. We've also got a Hertz 3-inch driver in the center channel, and then we've also got Hertz Mille Pro 6.5 inch coax speakers in the rears. So that's making up the front stage sound system. But the real star of the show is the Hertz H8 processor. That's what I really want to show you in this video. What you can see here is the controller for the processor. So this gives us upfront control for master volume, subwoofer level control, preset selection, balance, fader, a couple of other things right there at your fingertips. So you don't need to use the computer to access everything. But when you do get the system all dialed in and you want to really control everything about the way the system responds, you do it here through this computer. And this is really the key to taking a system from sounding good to sounding great. This is the difference between something that is just kind of fun to listen to and something that really takes you back there to that experience, that live performance, that thing that made you fall in love with the music in the first place. And I'm going to show you kind of how we do that, because I think this is kind of a behind the scenes kind of thing that I think you'd want to see. So this is the user interface for the Hertz H8 processor. That's an 8-channel processor. Basically allows us to take an optical input like I was talking about before and output it across 8 different channels. And in this particular scenario, that's channels 1 and 2 for front tweeters, 3 and 4 for front mid-range, 5 and 6 for rears, 7 for front center stage, and 8 for the subwoofer. Now on each of these channels, we get to go and select them. So let's say we do the front left tweeter. That gives us the ability to control the crossover point, which basically controls which frequencies play to that speaker and which frequencies don't. So the speaker is only doing what it's really good at and is not going to be damaged by low frequencies, say like on a tweeter would. It also gives us the ability to control the slope of the crossover and the ability to control the time alignment to the speaker, which is really, really important when you're trying to create an accurate sound stage. We want it to sound like you're there at the live concert, and at the live concert you can hear that the singer is standing in the center of the stage and the guitar is maybe over to the left, the bass is to the right, and the drums come from behind it all, right? That's the way the performance takes place. But in a vehicle, it's very difficult to do that because you have one speaker that's very close to you on the left side and another speaker that's very far away from you on the right side. So your mind perceives that difference and it says that the sound is coming from more over here than it is anywhere else. So the time alignment allows us to actually take this audio signal and delay it from going to that speaker, the closest speaker to us, by the appropriate amount of time so that by the time it gets there, the right side signal has reached us as well. And what our minds do with that information is it says, okay, I'm getting the signal from the left and the right, that means it must be happening in the center. Or when it's completely dialed, if I'm still getting more of the signal from the left than from the right, that's over here on the left, but we still have sounds coming over from the center. So the staging is really, really accurate in that way. So that's one of the best benefits of a sound processor in my opinion. But it also gives us the ability to control the level of each speaker independently. So we can turn down one tweeter, turn up another one, bring down the subwoofer in relation to everything else, complete control over everything. And the last thing I'll show you is the equalization capabilities. So down here you see the equalization bar and the different changes that we might make to the sound of the various speakers that are in the system, so that we can kind of make the most out of each one of them, listen to them as a whole, and dial everything in all together. And the net result of all of this is a really powerful, really hard-hitting system, but accurate and detailed and lifelike, and something that makes you feel like you're there at the concert. So if that's the goal that you're after, if it's not just about turning up the volume knob, rolling down the windows, and having a good time with it, you just cannot do that without an audio processor. So hopefully I've demonstrated the fact that we know how to do this type of thing, and we can make your sound system sound like a live performance. If that's something that you're looking for, give us a call, come on in, follow us on Facebook. Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks, guys.